In this video, we're going to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of different property strategies. Because many of our clients also ask the question, okay, should I furnish an apartment and rent it out? Should I do Airbnb myself? Should I just buy and rent out in the city where I'm living? And we will discuss all the different advantages and disadvantages of, let's say, 3 to 4 strategies. There are significantly more strategies, but I just want you to understand the big picture so you can find out which potential strategy might make sense in your situation. Okay, so let's consider, for example, Airbnb and also furnished apartments. Let's consider monumental property. And let's consider just typical, you buy and rent out, nothing special. Okay, so you have a family living in that apartment, for example, or a single person living in that apartment. Okay, so big benefits of Airbnb and furnished apartments is obviously the return. Okay, so the return on invest is the highest if you do Airbnb or furnished apartment. We could also include buying an apartment which needs to be renovated. So if you have a renovation, okay? Big benefit of monumental property. So real estate with a specific architecture that should be maintained. So you receive huge tax benefits, because the depreciation is more or less 2 times faster, which gives you a big tax benefit. So here you have the highest tax benefits. And just buying one apartment and renting it out is the easiest solution. And also regarding the time investment, and also from time and cost perspective, the best solution. So what we typically recommend, if you are getting started in the real estate area, that you first of all buy one apartment and you rent it out, and that's it. So you're getting used to being a landlord, you're getting used to working with the tax office, authorities, tenants, and so on. I would say it might be a bit difficult for a beginner to do Airbnb yourself, to furnish apartment renovation, and so on. Big disadvantage here would be you need a lot of knowledge, and significantly more knowledge in comparison to just buying and renting out. And you have to invest time and money. Okay, monumental, well, depends. Might be the case that you prefer another location, because we have to find a monumental property, and this monumental property might not be available in Berlin, for example. Okay, and buying and renting out, yeah, disadvantage, I would say not the highest ROI in comparison to monumental property regarding tax benefits, and in comparison to renovating an apartment yourself, or furnishing an apartment yourself, or doing Airbnb. What is the key point I would like to explain? In the end, I always see that the most common mistake is that people just look at the return. Okay? They consider an investment and say, okay, the return is the highest in that property, so I would like to buy that specific property with a certain strategy behind. But in the end, you should make holistic decisions. And this is our job, to help you making holistic decisions. Because let's say you are a software engineer, okay? You are a software engineer. You are earning, let's say, 80,000 in your employed or as an employee. And you're earning 10,000 euros per year as a freelancer. And now you say, well, I don't need this income here because I can easily cover all my costs here. So I have at least, let's say, 800 euros per month. It's obviously less after taxes, but just for this example, you just have a certain money amount left and you would like that money to work for you, which makes total sense. Okay. And now this person asks, okay, which strategy should he or she use in that specific situation? Okay. And now if we just look at the ROI, we should recommend, yeah, just buy one apartment, furnish it, do Airbnb, or in best case, you buy a damaged apartment for really cheap price, you renovate that apartment, then you furnish that apartment, and then you do Airbnb. Okay, this would probably give you the highest returns. But first of all, would you like to invest that much money in a renovation? Do you have the knowledge for a renovation? Okay, to furnish the apartment, what furniture should you buy? Would you like to be liable for the furniture if the furniture is damaged? Would you like to invest time to take care of that, to replace that, to discuss, okay, who's liable for this damage? And would you like to have new tenants every 2 days? Someone needs to clean the apartment, someone needs to give the keys to the people, someone needs to double check if anything is damaged for any liability. So you see, it's a lot of work here, okay? So obviously, if you invest more time, more effort, and more work in your investment, you might generate higher returns, okay? So let's say you have a mortgage of 800 euros, but you generate 1,200 euros out of income here, so rent minus plus 1,200. Then you say I'm making 400 euros passively, but actually it's not passive at all because you have to invest a lot of time. So 400 euros out of your own pocket. Okay. And now I would say, if I look at the situation holistically, okay, how much time do you have to spend here to generate 400 euros? And how much time would you have to invest to generate another 400 euros per month here? And then probably the person would say, well, this is easier for me. This is more peace of mind because I'm getting used to it. I maybe just work 1 hour a week more, or 2 hours, or even 3 hours a week more. I'm used to being a freelancer. I'm just accepting another client, or I'm accepting another project. And then you earn at least 400 euros more. Now you might say, yeah, but I'm not a freelancer at all. Then I would say, okay, what's holding you back? So you could still be an employee, of course. Then you start becoming a freelancer. You consider how do you win clients. Okay, then you're getting started here and your investments run on autopilot. Because in the end, your time is your limiting factor. And if you don't consider your time or invest your time correctly, you might have a limiting factor in the end. Okay? I'm not saying that you shouldn't do furnished apartment, that you shouldn't buy an apartment which you renovate and you rent it out. Don't get me wrong. But I would highly recommend that you start here, getting experience, gaining knowledge without investing a lot of time, and then you use that knowledge in future, for example, to do these things if you like. But in the end, I'm owning some apartments and I'm just following this strategy because it makes more sense for me to shoot this video or to create any Facebook or Instagram ads in comparison to investing a lot of time in my real estate investments. So from the holistic point of view, you make more money if you invest your time here. You also have peace of mind, and now you generate passive wealth because you don't have to invest time here. You just include the property management and they take care of that. Okay? This would be also even a possibility because in the end, it's just buying and renting out, but with a different approach. This would be also easy with a good property management. Depends on your tax rate and your income. But the more fancy investment strategy is something I would do for the second, the third, the fourth apartment, when you still have the feeling that you would like to generate more income out of your real estate investments. But I don't see the clear benefit here. If you have a job where you could easily find clients, and in comparison to investing your time in the real estate area, it would make more sense to invest your time generating a higher income. Okay. Obviously, there are at least 20 other real estate strategies which might make sense, totally depending on your individual situation. So if you would like to have help to find the correct real estate strategy, so in the end, from the holistic perspective, you make the most out of your situation, feel free to visit our website, register for a free initial consultation, and we will figure out together what would be the best idea in your case. Take care and talk to you soon.